the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Grab a cup of coffee or hot cocoa. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Grab a cup of Java or espresso. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Valentina is the host, you see. She's as classy as she can be. Grab a cup of coffee or espresso with the Long Island Breakfast Club show. I say rise and shine, get up and go. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Grab a cup of coffee or espresso with the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Another cup of Java or espresso. Another cup of coffee or hot cocoa. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's Thursday, my favorite day of the week. It's today on the Long Island Breakfast Club show at Paradise Studios. This brand new studio looks fantastic. Thanks to Bobby Lucera, the owner. And I have some great guests here today. We'll have this wonderful commissioner of aviation from the airport, Long Island MacArthur Airport, Shelley LaRose Arken. She'll be joining us. I also have some wonderful people here from the executive director, Eileen, McDonald, Egan, and she is from Community Mainstream Associates. I have her partner there that works with her in communications, and he is Don Williams. I think he looks like a movie star. And then I have my very dear friend and gentleman, Erik from Erik and the Beads, who made our song that you heard when we first started. Thank you. The first thing on the show we do is we drink to some happiness, and we're going to congratulate the commissioner because we now have the Velo Airlines here out on the airport, and they're going to Florida. So thank you, everyone. Salute.
Salute.
So let's talk, Shelley. Let's talk.
So, yeah, thank you for that intro with Avelo Airlines. They're our fifth new air carrier at Long Island MacArthur Airport. And there was an article in the newspaper not too long ago, once we announced Avelo. And Long Island MacArthur has not had this number of carriers in over 20 years. So we have 5 air carriers at the airport. Avelo, JetBlue, Breeze Airways, Southwest Airlines, and also Frontier, serving all of our Long Island community.
That's a lot. And everybody loves MacArthur. It's simple. You're easy. You're out. The police are great. It's clean. And there's even a radio station over there. I was on it a few times.
There is. It's a great, very convenient airport. Friends, families, to come in and out of. Obviously, in the past couple of weeks, we've been very busy. Lots of travelers because of spring break. We have 19 nonstop destinations that we actually serve from our airport. So
I bet a lot of people don't realize that.
Well, in 2016, when Supervisor Carpenter took over as leadership for the town of Islip, and of course town of Islip owns our airport, there were only 6 nonstop destinations, so we now have 19.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I know her from many years ago. The person that founded my breakfast club 16 years ago with me was a friend of hers. She passed away, but that's how long I know Angie, through Joanne Fiorentino.
Mm-hmm.
She's amazing.
She's got a lot of energy. Obviously, the airport is an economic engine to all of Long Island. We serve Suffolk County and Nassau County, almost 3 million people who live on the island. And, some of the newest routes we have, Boston, you can leave at 6 o'clock in the morning on JetBlue and be in Boston in 54 minutes later.
That's unreal.
How long has JetBlue been there?
JetBlue came to us. They started service actually in October of last year. We announced new service of JetBlue in August. And apparently in Long Island, the majority of JetBlue credit card holders live in Long Island.
Well, I believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. And you're bringing in new airport services as far as transportation and things like that as well?
So obviously we're very closely located to the Long Island Railroad and
Right.
Ronkonkoma Station, one of the busiest stations along that line. And we get a lot of travelers coming in from the city, from parts of Nassau County that actually use rail service to get to the airport. It's a quick Uber ride, to the terminal. It takes 5 minutes, 6 minutes to get over to the terminal building.
I can't believe how busy you must be. I mean, you manage this big facility.
Yes.
And you're very calm.
Thank you. Well, I've been in aviation for over 35 years. So, this is one of my favorite airports that I've been at, and I've been at quite a few in different parts of the country. But what I like most about this airport is that the community around the airport really supports the airport. And that's half the battle when we're trying to recruit carriers to bring in service, or to increase service, or to even come and serve our community. One of the big things that they look for is that there is a level of community support and support from our local businesses, that they want to see more service.
Oh, sure. And, as far as I know from even people from Queens, they like coming out to Islip because there's just no stress. You just take the trip and you're on the plane. And I know Southwest was one of the big ones back when this all started, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yep. Southwest has been a longtime partner of ours. In fact, they have a new partnership with Iceland Air. So if you get on Iceland Air, you can actually book a ticket to Iceland from Long Island MacArthur on Southwest, connect through Baltimore, and change planes and go on to Iceland.
Jeez. So you must travel a lot, do you?
I do try to travel a lot.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things to do.
That's terrific. Were you always in an airport environment before this job?
Always. I'm a private pilot, commercial instrument, multi-engine rated pilot. I went to school for aviation. So
Oh.
yes, aviation has been my career.
So you are really, planting seeds for all women that want to keep going. And we have a wonderful woman here today who got the award on Long Island last night. She's right here on my right. And she got this beautiful plaque, crystal with her name on it last night.
Congratulations.
And it's really, she's doing a great job. And her organization is amazing. We're going to be talking with her later. But Eileen McDonald Egan, she was the woman of Long Island last night. So
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations.
thank her. And I had the pleasure of sitting next to her. And it was a great night.
And she gave me this gracious invitation. I'm
Yeah,
so
I
happy
do
to
it
be
once a
here.
year. Whoever I sit at the table with that night comes on the show the next morning. Sort of like what they do on, all these shows on TV. I'm trying to be the big one, But this is a local, but it's not. It goes everywhere. So I ask your employees and everyone to share it when, you have a minute to share it on Facebook. It's all over. And we'll be on channel 115 on Tuesday at 11 as well. And I look forward to hearing a little bit more about Avello. What can you tell us? I know I've heard the prices are outrageous.
The prices are great. So if you want to travel to Lakeland, Florida, which is near Orlando, very conveniently located between Orlando and Tampa, or Wilmington, North Carolina, or Concord, North Carolina, which is close to Charlotte, you're going to pay anywhere one way $59 to $69.
Jeez, you spend that on dinner for one person.
Right?
I mean,
You almost can't cross one of our bridges for that.
Great. And the South Carolina seems to be a very big grab. What is it that's going on there that everyone wants to go there?
There are a lot of friends and family, obviously located in North Carolina and South Carolina. Breeze serves Charlotte. And we have apparently a very large population that are going to Virginia as well. So Breeze serves Richmond, Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia, nonstop from our airport.
How about Georgia?
How about
Georgia.
Georgia? Nothing in Georgia yet.
Okay.
I say let's get Branson, Missouri. I want to go there and see the country western gigs.
We'll put that on the list.
Yeah. But if people want to reach a Velo, I mean, basically it's the usual, right? Just call the number. I know
Yeah,
they
you
have
can
numbers listed all over.
If you go on our website, flymacarthur.com, it lists all of our carriers. And if you just click on the icon for the carrier that you're looking for, it'll feed you right into their site and you can book.
That's great. I love their little, the little logos they have all over. It's very not traditional, it's different.
Right.
I like that, So I'm really glad that you joined us. And
Thank
I
you.
hope you'll spread the word. And I would love to connect with someone from the Velo when you have time in
Okay.
a week or two. And come to the airport and get the Royal Tour one day.
Thank you. We'd love to have you out there.
Great. If there's anything we can do for you with the show, just reach out. And I'm happy to do it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank
We
you
really
so very
appreciate
much.
it.
It was so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Good luck.
Okay. So wasn't that great?
Yeah, very impressive.
What's
Wow.
impressive is that it worked. I mean, when I do this at home, it doesn't always work. And I'm like, what's my mirror? What's going on? And then, it does work, but it's stressful.
Yes, I can
So
relate.
because you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mr. Eric Kyle and the Beats, who is, as you know, made my song that you heard. What are you up to?
Well, let me tell you, about a month ago, Jesse Money released a song called Angel from Montgomery. It's a cover of a John Prine song, and it's fantastic. And Jesse Money is Eddie Money's daughter.
Now, does everyone know who Eddie Money
Eddie
is?
Money is
I didn't, so I'll tell the truth.
Eddie graduated from Island Trees High School
Right
in
here.
Levittown and was my next door neighbor.
Oh, wow.
The first time I met him, he was walking down the street singing in the still of the night. And he was about 14, I was about 13, and we became friends. And his father and my father, two conservative John Birch guys, were also friends. They used to talk politics constantly. So when Jesse made this song, I Googled Eddie and I found out that tomorrow is his birthday. Now, the fact that he's not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is beyond my comprehension. 11 top 40 hits, Take Me Home Tonight, Baby Hold On, you name it. He had platinum album, and he's been around and he's done wonderful things. This is his first song. Got a surprise especially for you. Something that both of us have always wanted to do. Waited so long. I'm gonna take you on a trip so far from here. I've got 2 tickets in my pocket, babe, we're gonna disappear. Waited so long. I've got 2 tickets to paradise. Pack your bags, we'll leave tonight. paradise. Pack your bags and leave tonight. 2 tickets to paradise. I'm gonna take you on a trip so far from here. I got these tickets in my pocket, babe, we're gonna disappear. We waited so long, waited so long. I've got 2 tickets to paradise. I've got 2 tickets to paradise. 2 tickets to paradise.
Nice. So soothing.
That-
Music is.
That was his first big hit, okay? And he followed it with Baby Hold On and on and on. And then he had the big hit, Take Me Home Tonight, with Ronnie Spector in the video. And he's not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I
So
can't
what can we do
understand.
about that?
I don't know, but I wanted to wish him a happy birthday, buddy.
Aw, how nice.
And I thought, since you wanted me on the show today, I would. And I realized it was his birthday tomorrow on the 21st of March. I would bring my ukulele in. And,
Yeah, that's
and do
great.
It, and do it too.
Let me see this. Can I want to see it? I can't play it. But what the hell? And you know, it's a good one, right? This is a
Yeah,
good
my
one.
daughter's born.
But I remember I bought something like this for my daughter when she was little, but it wasn't as nice as this. But she plays.
The ukulele? Or
No,
the
she
guitar?
plays guitar.
Okay, this is
And-
a ukulele. This
yeah.
is a Christmas present from my daughter's BC. I say BC before COVID.
Okay, well, I tell you what happened during COVID. My daughter started a band
Okay.
with all her kids, and we used to get like, see, they used to send us a song every day, and it was called the Coronas because of the the coronavirus. And they did well, and they kept me going.
Well, anyway, that's Eddie, and his daughter Jessie Money has a new record out called Angel from Montgomery. You can pick it up on Spotify and all those other outlets. So I wanted to just give a shout out.
So when did he pass away?
He passed away in 2019.
Okay, so it's quite a
So,
while ago.
Yeah. He was a great guy. He was a good friend. Like I said, my parents loved him. He used to come over my house. Actually, the first time I heard the song Louie,
Mhm, I like that song.
was up in his room on the radio. And then there was an old show called The Clay Cole Show. I don't
And I
know if you
wouldn't know.
remember. It
No.
was on WPIX. Every Saturday night, he would come over and we would watch that together. And we became very good friends. And then, we drifted apart. He went his way, I went my way. He went to San Francisco, and he became Eddie Money. His real name is Eddie Mahoney. Eddie.
Well, there is something on Long Island. It's up now. It's a museum.
He is in that, the
Oh,
Long Island
okay.
Music Hall of Fame. I believe
So,
he's in there.
all right, because that just
But
was
the Rock and Roll
built
Hall
up.
of Fame is the big one, and I think he should be in there.
You should write a letter.
Where's that, in Cleveland?
No, Cleveland is the Football Hall of Fame, I think.
Well,
I don't know where, you might be right.
No, I think it
Cleveland
is.
rocks.
I think it is in Cleveland, yeah.
It is in
Cleveland.
Cleveland.
So why don't you write a letter and we'll see if we can get it to. We'll have the breakfast
Well,
club
hopefully
send a letter.
some of these people will see us.
Yeah. Well, if anybody
See
wants
us
to help
do it.
out with that, if you liked Eddie Money,
Right
he had some great songs, and you are also performing in different places now, right, with the band?
No, I'm
okay.
doing. I do mostly like the Bristol.
Yes, which I love the Bristol.
I do the Bristol. I do. In fact, I got a lot of calls last summer to do Mother's Day and all that stuff. And I play the piano and
Right.
sing and do that. But and I have 4 CDs out.
Yes, absolutely.
Erik and the Beats, Volume 1, Volume 2, Private Property, a few singles. You get them all on Spotify.
Well, you're a busy guy because
I am a busy guy.
it's very hard to connect with you. So
Yeah.
we're glad that you
Well,
can.
you're not the easiest person. to
Well,
connect with
this is
easily.
true, but I do try, and then we lose each other in the process.
All right. So let's talk about this young lady.
Yes. Well, we have Eileen McDonald. First of all, this is for you. This is a gift from the crew on the show. Something special for you.
Wow.
And
Thank you.
yeah,
So
we try to treat our people very special here because
What
we
was the
want them to
award you
remember.
got last night?
Yeah.
She got an award last
The
night?
Premier Businesswoman Award Gala. Talk about it.
Yeah, well, First of all, it wasn't just me. I was among a wonderful class of women in different industries. So there were some in accounting, some in the legal. There was, on my left side was a physician who was in charge. She's a cardiologist in charge of Women's Health Center.
Yes, she was
at Northwell.
something else. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
very impressive group of women. And the Herald publications.
Amy Amato, who puts this event on for women, 150 people were there,
Yeah, it was
and there was quite a lot of honorees. The awards were gorgeous crystals,
absolutely.
and I met your lovely husband.
Yes, today's his birthday.
Happy birthday.
Bill.
Okay. And we started to chat a little bit, and not until I got home did I realize, how much you do. I mean, personalized services for people that are disabled to learn to go to work, to learn all kinds of things, traveling, pursuit of employment. Let's talk about the homes. How did this all happen? Were you getting them in homes? Do you purchase the homes? Do you get the parents set up so they can put them in these nice homes? Do they have aides? Let's talk about it.
Okay, well, so this has been going on for CMA. Actually, we celebrated our 50th anniversary last year.
Congrats.
So we were started by the mother of a man who has autism. He wasn't, well, yes, he was a young man then, I guess a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
And she was concerned about his future. And back then in the mid 70s, we were becoming aware of some really terrible conditions in institutions where a lot of people were living, and people didn't need to live there. So she, like a couple of other pioneering moms and hardworking activist moms, started this nonprofit organization, raised money, purchased a beautiful house, a mansion in Kings Point, and developed it for her and a few of her friends.
Really?
Who had children whom, they were concerned about who's going to take care of them when I'm gone. Now, her son is currently 71 years old.
Whoa.
He works in our office a few days a week. He's semi-retired.
Now, she's not alive.
No,
I was gonna
unfortunately,
say-
she passed a few years ago, but she
Okay.
lived into her 90s.
Okay.
Jeez.
And
That's a beautiful legend there. History.
absolutely, she was a dynamo. And so since then, we've purchased other houses. So New York State helped support after the first one. The first one she raised and bought with private money. Several years later, the state started supporting us and paying us back over the length of a mortgage so that we could create more group homes. So we currently have 14.
14.
Yeah, 13 of them are in Nassau County, and one is in Dix Hills in Suffolk County.
Mm-hmm.
Some of our people have lived with us for 40 years and more. So
How many are in a home? How many people?
well, that ranges. Our smallest home has 5 people,
Mm-hmm.
and the largest one, which is that original mansion, has 10 people now.
Wow.
So that's a lot. It's funny. So the original people who had lived in that house, after a while, started really getting on each other's nerves. Can you imagine having 11 people you live with all your life?
No.
I mean, it's hard enough to live with one spouse.
Yeah, and whoever's the house director, they have some job.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a lot of things.
And do nurses come in and check on them if they're sick and things like
Yeah,
that?
so we do have nurses that come in and make sure that if, we're giving the right medications
Right.
and that's all set up right. And, if there's some conditions, especially as the guys are getting older and the ladies
Sure.
are getting older, we do have nurses. You talk about somebody who runs the house, though. That's the hardest job in the whole organization.
What is that title called?
It's called residence manager.
Okay. Mhm.
And they just have so many people coming at them.
How did you get involved in this? That's a
Ah.
good question.
I started when I was 15 years old,
Mhm. As a
working as a
volunteer.
volunteer in summer camp.
Okay.
And I just fell in love with the children with Down syndrome and the people that I was working with, because they're all just kind-hearted, passionate people who just really enjoy being involved with people. I find most of the people that I work with, they're very transparent. They are who they are.
Yes.
And if you understand what they're trying to say, that there's a lot that can be gained from being friends with them.
Absolutely. And some of them have IQs are better than others, right? It depends.
Yeah, they have
On-
The
different
autistic ones.
people with autism. There's quite a range, and other conditions too have quite a range of intelligence. They also have some very interesting talents, just like we do.
That's very true.
There's a,
yeah.
I pass it when I go to Bethpage Federal Credit Union.
Yes.
There's a house, it says, for autism or?
Well, there's a large organization called ACLD.
Yeah, that's a whole
It's on
separate
Southwest
thing.
Bay Road there, right?
Yes.
That's a separate thing.
They have a day program. They have homes in the community as well.
Yes.
They're larger than my organization. Our organization, we kind of kept smaller so that we would know everybody. So I have, in those 14 homes, there's 87 people.
So now there are times where you put all 87 together and have a meeting?
We don't have a meeting. We have a snowflake dance.
Oh,
or we
how
have
nice.
a spring fling, or we
Uh-huh.
have a big picnic in the summer. And it's like an extended family.
That's wonderful.
Are you a 50?
Yes,
Yeah, charity.
501c3.
501c3?
So people want to,
Donate.
donate. How do they do that? And where do they go? And what's your website?
So I'm going to toss that to Don,
Okay,
who is
Don.
our
My movie
webmaster.
star here.
The movie star.
I love his blue shirt.
Thank you. Thank you.
You look good in that color.
Yeah, if you are interested in donating to CMA, you would reach out to us via our website, communitymainstreaming.org. There you find information about the work that we do, the different programs that we provide, and also some of the fun events that we have to fundraise and also friend raise. Some of our.
I love that friend raise
Yeah.
because, with the holidays, we do Friendsgiving and
Mhm.
all that kind of stuff. And it's so good for business. And
It is.
I'm sure you guys already know this. Community is where your business grows, no matter what.
100%.
And volunteering is a huge component of the Breakfast Club. That's what I did the whole time when I lost my job. And the volunteering is what gets you to the next job.
Yes.
And I'm sure you teach that to these people that are in your homes because they're going to have so much fun.
Yeah. And I have to tell you that we have a lot of people looking for work too.
Mm-hmm.
And they are, they have many different interests
Right.
and they're very dedicated.
Yes, I
and
do know they're good
hardworking.
workers, right? Mhm.
So we are looking for connections in our community. We had a bakery, a coffee shop, and we had some of our folks employed there for a while. It didn't work out financially for us,
Sure.
but for a while it worked out really well. And man who ran the shop for us, he had some, typical hipster kids that worked there, and then he had some people with disabilities that worked there.
Uh-huh.
He said the people with disabilities were his favorite workers because they never
They're
called
happy.
out sick.
Right.
They always came on time. They would come early. They'd work hard. They
Yes.
were very grateful to be employed and to be part of the community. So I just say for anybody who is looking for workers, look to us, and
Definitely.
you may find some amazing workers.
Don,
Mhm. Yeah.
what is his position?
So Don, you want to explain it
Yeah.
yourself?
that's
Sure.
what you-
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm the manager of communications and digital marketing for the agency. I've been with CMA this will be 15 years, which is people kind of jump back when you tell them that you've been with an agency for so long now. But it's really a place where I grew up. It's a place where the individuals that we serve are some of the most kind-hearted and most loving people that you'll ever meet, and they become family to you, and you just want to ensure that they're taken care of, and that's kind of where I found myself. And
Did you grow up on Long Island?
yeah, Long Island bred all my life.
Where do you live?
I grew up in Freeport.
Oh, Freeport.
Yeah.
Played football?
No. I told you I wasn't always this big.
It looks like
I was a
you-
little stick
yes.
growing up.
You were a stick?
I was.
I
really
believe
big.
that.
Yeah, I was really
Looks like a
big.
fullback.
Yeah, really. That's why when I said he looks like he's from somewhere big.
Yeah. No.
So before doing communications, though, Don did work in one of our group homes and, was part of the family.
Sure.
So you moved up the ladder.
I did. I moved up. I actually started at CMA as the front desk receptionist.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And look at you now
Look at me now.
in the tech world,
Yeah.
which is not an easy job.
Yeah.
He also was our tech guru,
Yeah.
and he's our help desk as
Well,
well.
that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Another thing that you love about an agency like CMA is it's really all hands on deck. You have your title and you have your responsibilities, but everyone wants the best for the guys that we serve,
Mm-hmm.
and that means doing whatever it takes to make sure that they are provided well.
So my way of saying that is he got his hands dirty.
Yeah.
When you get your hands dirty, you're working very hard.
Yeah.
You're not having the manager role, but you're still doing the work.
Right.
And that's the best thing for a team. Because when the manager's doing the work with you, you're better off.
Absolutely.
And so I believe in that.
Yeah.
And the volunteering, well, I believe in that no matter what, because that's how I've become grown by being unemployed, believe
Yeah,
it or not.
it's also, and
And
we also have,
consulting now. I do consulting and I do gigs here and there, whatever you want. You want something different? I'll do it. And the Breakfast Club is known. You don't know who to go to or where to go, call the Breakfast Club. And we refer you or we do it ourselves. It depends on what we're able to do.
that's awesome.
And we do different events, very, very different. And we make people interested in our events because they have crazy names. Because I believe that crazy sells.
Crazy like what? We'll give you.
Okay, we had a very big event, but we didn't tell them where they were going. So it said, you knew where you were going, but you didn't know what you were going to do. The invitation said, can you scratch?
Excuse me.
Question mark. Can you scratch?
Can you scratch?
So what do you think you were going to? I wouldn't think he would know.
Yeah,
A nail salon?
No,
that's a
no,
good guess.
no. Can you scratch? What do you think that is?
Oh, DJ.
Scratching records.
Oh,
And everybody learned
That's pretty cool.
how to scratch. And everybody came dressed in a certain kind of outfit.
that's fun.
And it was one of the biggest events. And we didn't have a lot of food. We had snacks because, everything's expensive too.
Right.
So if you ever need like something different, we do all kinds of different things. Now they have these paint parties. They have these sip and draw parties. Everything has gone so different. And I think that's very important because people in your community need to learn all these things as well.
Absolutely.
And that's where they get stronger
Yes,
and they feel confident.
socialization skills are a big
Right.
part of
Right.
what we
And I
do.
know there's there's a funding also, which a lot of people don't know about, that OSD, whatever it is.
OPWDD.
There you go.
Mhm.
Okay. OPWDD. A lot of people don't even know that exists.
Well, they should.
And I don't know if people out there realize that when you have a student, a child, or an adult, you can get money so that your child can learn social skills. And you hire someone, and that person takes your person everywhere.
Mhm.
And you get paid to do it, and you get the ticket.
Right.
And so that's something that I can't believe that not everyone takes advantage of. But I believe, you tell me, it's a hard process.
It's very confusing. It's
Right.
very confusing for families. And, what you're talking about is self-direction, where
Mhm.
families have a lot of say in where their adult son or daughter, what they do during the day.
Exactly.
They could decide, well, they're going to go to a day program, or they're going to get a job coach and they want to work.
Right.
Or, you know what, they just want to take classes in the community
And that's it,
and
right.
volunteer
Right.
maybe.
Mhm.
So they can do that, but it takes a lot of research
Patience, right.
and work on the parent side
I do know
to
that.
get a budget and get a broker and
Right.
and
But once you get in,
yeah.
you're
It-
set. I mean, and the
Yeah.
person that takes care of that individual becomes part of your family life.
Yes,
Am I right?
absolutely.
I mean, I
Absolutely.
think I know pretty much about it
Yeah.
because, like I told you, I worked at Abilities for quite a while.
So I do want to say that community mainstreaming offers family seminars.
Oh,
And those are going to be listed on our website if they're not already. With we have upcoming dates. For instance, we have one April 10th on the self-direction process.
oh, well, that's good to know.
Yep. And we have one May 6th on the different options for residential programs, or finding your own residence.
All right, so let's say, for example, I have a friend who wants to try to put her son into one of these homes.
In a group home.
What's the process? What do you do?
Mm.
Do you call you? Do you have
No.
a form? What do you do?
So there is a local OPWDD office.
Okay,
It is in Hauppauge,
okay,
and they have a service called the front door, and that will help you determine if the person's eligible for services.
okay.
And if they are, they will kind of guide you.
But you have to do all the work.
You have to do a lot of things. You have to apply for Social Security, Medicaid. You have to get evaluations to show that you have a disability.
Right.
But again, there are organizations like Community Mainstreaming and others that will help guide you.
Okay,
So
well,
you
that's
could
good to
call
know,
us
though.
and we will hold your hand. We will tell you where to go, and then eventually you'll get what's called a care manager, and
Right.
they will also help you find services, and hopefully, it'll be the right fit, because everybody's
Absolutely.
different and needs different things.
No, it's very true, and it's a difficult process when, when they're babies, okay,
Yeah.
but then all of a sudden, their habits go into
Well,
more things.
And the schools will help when they're into school.
Yeah,
The biggest difficulty is when they graduate from school,
and where they're going to go next. Right.
and parents are kind of used to the school setting
Doing it
everything
all
out in
for them.
front.
Mm,
Yeah. So
Very true.
it's difficult. Yeah.
Very, very true. Well, what you're doing is just tremendous. I
Well,
mean, it's a tremendous need, and I mean, you should be I'm sure your staff is very proud of you with the award you got.
and I'm proud of them for what they're
Yeah.
doing every day.
The Herald just does such a great job on promoting women.
Is this every year?
Yes,
Every year, yeah.
Once a year?
yes. And
Yeah, they do it during Women's
Women's Month, well,
Yes.
March is
Mhm.
everything for this whole month till the end of the month. There's something going on for women.
And Valentina, did you say that you were a recipient?
Yeah, I
2
was a
years ago?
recipient 2 years ago. I
Oh,
was,
really?
and it was a great night. It
Yeah.
really was. I had to climb those stairs. That wasn't easy because I have, my cane, but I did it because you
Yeah.
have to, it's a whole process. You climb the stairs, you get this big thing, you shake hands.
Where was
It's like
this?
a graduation.
It was at the golf club at Bethpage.
The
Okay.
Bethpage, yeah. And it's
The
really
Heritage Club.
done beautiful. The lady that's in charge, she is just amazing, isn't she?
Yeah, Amy.
Her name
she
is
does-
Amy Amato, and I worked for her for 3 months on a gig because I do a lot of gigs,
Uh-huh.
And at the time I worked for her, she was at the Long Island Press. And I wasn't going to stay because I didn't really care for that job. But I stayed because she taught me so much. And she brought me back to my roots because that's what I did my whole life. And I had been out for a while. And ever since that, we became very close. And one of the girls from my club just got a job with her. And she was there last night.
Oh.
And I said, how are you doing? She goes, I love it. She loves me. And see, the thing is I help the young too. The young get the jobs.
Yeah.
But 50 and up, forget about it. It's not easy.
Yeah. But that must have been
70.
a full circle moment for you.
Oh, yeah. I love when people get jobs. Yeah.
That's awesome.
We used to have rocks when we had just meetings. Whenever anyone would get a job, we put another rock on the table. So we had quite a lot of rocks. But again, we used to have meetings twice a week.
Wow.
But that tapered down, and now we do, one-on-one coaching. And I also do speaking gigs. Like, you need someone to lighten the load, make your family happy, make your employees happy, have some laughs. I even went to comedy school for a little while. But I'm not a comedian, but I learned how to, change. And everyone in my book, they learned how to change.
Did you ever do any open mics? Comedy?
Not the open mics, but I started with the show when I was very small at the comedy club. That's how I started. But it's not a place for a professional businesswoman. Comedy clubs, you've been there.
We have a comedy show.
Oh,
That's right.
okay.
Yeah.
As a fundraiser.
Yeah.
we do it
So
every
you know what
year.
it's like there. So a
Mhm.
professional woman, you know. But I did stay there. I learned a lot, and that's when I moved to a different venue. And now the new venue is this, which is absolutely wonderful. You met our owner. There's like 17, 24 shows that go on here
Yes,
every few days.
The
Gorgeous.
Every
studios are
room is.
beautiful.
And Bobby's awesome.
He is.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. He could even just if you need a video of yourself talking about your book or your company, anything like that.
Yeah, he's really grown.
Yeah, and this place is gorgeous.
It
I mean,
really
when I
is.
started, it wouldn't look like this, but it was nice. But now it's like state of the art. And I say it's Long Island's best kept secret.
It is. I had no idea about it until last night when you
Yes.
invited me to come on.
Yeah, so I'm
very
really glad
impressed.
you came,
Did you grow up on Long Island also?
I did. I grew up in North Merrick.
Okay.
which is a nice area.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I have 5 brothers and sisters. They all live within 15 minutes of North
You're
Merrick.
so lucky. Well,
I
you're
am.
Irish, right?
I'm
5
Irish.
brothers and sisters.
And I have 2 wonderful parents that are 91 and 2.
Oh, you're so
Wow.
lucky.
We are incredibly blessed.
Wow.
Wow, that
Yeah.
is really nice. Now we have we work with performers a lot, as you know. He's a performer. We have some slides up there, Bobby. Bob D'Amato's coming up. If you ever want to have a nice night out, we also have these great nights out where people come with the Breakfast Club with your Nate, your friends. Bob D'Amato, he sings on the show all the time. He's going to be at Casariano coming up on Sunday. And then he also plays at La Focaccia. And there's a new restaurant in town. I don't know if you know it, Monroe's in Westbury. Brunch of the day,
Yes.
Saturdays and Sundays. They've been our show. They sponsored our show 2 weeks ago.
It's on the corner of Post.
Yes, so Bobby will be singing there. Bobby sings great songs, and he was our performer last week on the Valentine show, which was great. And he sang Danny Boy. So people love it. And then tonight, Thursday nights, we go to see Eddie Sessa, who is a Sinatra singer, and he is at the Polo Lounge in Westbury. The Westbury Manor has this little lounge. I don't know if you know about it, where you go for dinner on a Thursday or a Friday night. And for the same price of your dinner, you get to see Eddie, who is the Sinatra singer. So
Well, he's been on the show too.
yes, he sings on the show.
Several
We go once in a while after the show,
Uh-huh.
and he does great. And then I have the account of the Long Island Opera. If you like opera, it's only it's very inexpensive to go, and it's in Northport at this huge, beautiful church. And this is all on my Facebook if you want to check it out.
Sure.
And if you are your anniversary and you want to donate, they will sing the song you want to you at the opera.
You
It's
know-
the most greatest gift.
She's an actress too. She,
Yeah. Well, I have to tell her about my shows.
Community
What-
theater?
Well, no,
What's
I'm actually
going
in
on
films.
with the Fontanas?
The Fontanas is a sitcom that I'm in. It's not out yet, but you can Google it on YouTube. I'm playing the
Wow.
mother of an Italian family,
She's great.
and I'm having a ball.
She's a natural.
And my name is Jackie Ferretti, and I love doing it. And that all happened volunteering at the film festival. But this next film I'm in, you'll be interested in. It's called Max, M-A-X. I am playing the Italian mother of a son with autism.
Oh, really?
Wow.
And he has a girlfriend who I don't like. And he,
Typical Italian mother.
yes, and I don't like her. And I get in the middle, and it's sad, but the end is a good story. And the whole film was done in my home. It took 17 days. But I'll tell you something, I learned so much. And the reason I'm doing all this is because that book, one of these days, is going to be a film called The Breakfast Club, just like the one years ago.
Mhm.
But you need money to do that, big money. But again, I learned now I can have my own film, like I do an indie film whenever I want.
Mhm.
And this here, which I'm sure you'll get a kick out of, this is my first job loss. And it's called In Love and Friendship. This was my corporate America drown out when I lost that job. This is me, my best friend from Port Jefferson, and this little girl, Nicole Caputo. And she almost drowned in a pool. She needed hyperbaric surgery, operating equipment to live. And we met her because we were out of work, a bunch of us. We were at a bar. grandmother came in and we met her at the bar and she was crying. And from that moment, we got into it. We said, take us to this girl. Because we didn't know, we were drinking, you know. And this is the story of Nicole Caputo, who is still alive. And she used to have to be put into a chamber every day.
Wow.
And her mother and father had some difficulties. And we raised money and we put on a production of Grease for this child. It's a great story, very, very sad, but very nice. And all of this happened because, like I tell people, when you have a change, don't sit back, do something. And sometimes my life is like a full-blown circus. You know what I mean? Because I get involved. And when my husband was alive, he'd say, what are you doing? Who was at the door? Because I always had people. And it's the best thing that I could have done.
Don, why don't you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Yeah, like what did
grew
you
up
do
in
before
Freeport.
this?
Oh, before this, well, I was in school in Philadelphia, and after I finished school, I stayed in Philadelphia, and I worked. I always knew I wanted to be a nonprofit.
What,
Yeah, well,
what
that's
school
a
in
good-
Philadelphia?
Temple.
You went to Temple.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby too, right?
Yes, Bill Cosby. You all,
Get the hell out.
you all, I think a lot of kids my age wanted to go to Temple because of Bill Cosby. You know, the Cosby Show was so impactful for us growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, not to say what happened after, but but during that time, he was pretty popular. And so I started working in nonprofit. I started my career at a research firm that did qualitative and quantitative research.
Oh, that's numbers.
Yes, and
That's a hard work.
yeah, it was pretty difficult. We started and we ran programs like the Bush Clinton Katrina Fund. You know, when Katrina happened.
Yes.
Yeah, so we ran portions of that fund and closed it out. And we did studies on recidivism in the Philadelphia metropolitan area.
So tell me what that word means, because I tell the truth. I don't know what it means.
What's that?
Recidivism.
Recidivism means people that are in jail, the cycle of them going in and out of jail,
Oh.
and trying to break that cycle.
So I learned a new word today.
Recidivism is your word of the day.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Are you a sports fan?
I'm a huge basketball and football
So
fan.
this is March Madness.
March
right?
Madness. I know.
Right now.
So
St. John's
St.
tonight.
John's.
Tonight.
Yeah, St. John's.
9:30.
Against-
9:30.
9:30.
Omaha?
Yeah.
Something. Omaha.
I know Creighton
Yeah.
won this afternoon.
Good.
Creighton beat
I'm
whoever it was.
going to catch up as soon as we get out of here.
Well, I saw St. John's
Yes.
beat
But-
Creighton.
St. John's beat Creighton, but Creighton got a seed, and they were the 9th seed, and they beat the number 8 seed. I can't remember who it was today, by I think 15 or 16 points. So this is March Madness. It's crazy.
Yes.
You know,
Love it.
The next couple of days,
can't get away
it's
from
just basketball. Yeah.
And St. John's has had
Really good.
a terrific year.
Yeah.
Rick Pitino has taken over there
Yes.
and really done a wonderful job.
Well, you love the sports.
I do love
Yeah,
sports.
he's got he got talent and he got them to buy in and play
Yeah.
incredible defense.
Yeah.
And that's why they're so good.
Defense, yeah.
Yeah, that's why they're so good.
It
And
was
they-
opening day baseball the other day in Japan. The Dodgers played. They played somebody in Japan, and I can't remember who it was. They played 2 games in the Cubs.
the Cubs.
They played the Cubs 2 games in Japan. So we're right at the beginning of the baseball season,
The
and
end of
now it's
basketball.
March Masters with basketball. You're a Knicks fan too?
I've been a Knicks fan through and through for a very long time.
Okay, so what about the Yankees?
I'm
there you
a
go.
Mets fan.
Okay.
I'm a Mets fan.
Okay.
Did you play basketball
Yeah, I play basketball.
at Freeport?
No, I actually went to Kellenberg.
Oh, you
Oh,
went to
well, that's
Kellenberg.
great
Yeah,
school.
yeah.
They're doing great there.
Actually, yeah. I lived in Freeport, but my house was in Roosevelt School District, so I went to Catholic school most of my life.
Ah, you're a Catholic boy.
I am
So now, are you married? You have children, or are you single?
married.
Married.
Married for close to 15 years. with
Nice.
3 kids. My oldest is at Kellenberg right now. He's in 10th grade.
It's a great school.
It's a very good school. And then the 2 girls are at St. Bridget's in Westbury, so they're right around the
Oh,
corner.
very
from our
nice. That's a
office.
great church.
It's a great
Oh.
church, yeah. It's a great school. It's a great parish. We're very happy there.
Well, if your kids ever do community service
Always.
and they work on a nice project,
Yeah.
have them call me, because
Sure.
I do that once a month. I put a student on that does something really great.
Oh, very nice. We'll love
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
So at St. Bridget's Parish, we have a community called CAA, which is Catholics of African American Heritage.
Okay.
And it's fantastic. He volunteers there, and they actually give out scholarships. So he's been a recipient of the scholarship since
That's
he's
terrific.
been in high school, and it's been very helpful. It's a great parish.
So you have some nice history. You have a
Yeah.
very nice bio.
I've been around a while.
Yeah.
And you've been with Eileen 15 years, you said?
Well, I've been at CMA longer than Eileen.
Yeah, I've been at CMA for 13 years,
okay.
but I've recognized his talent.
Right away, right.
That's what I'm good at.
Yes, that's good. And you're just loving it, right? What do you think is coming? Like, what's next?
Oh boy.
Mm.
I wish it was all good. I'm very concerned about mostly housing opportunities. There's not much affordable housing on Long Island.
And it's for us too, people like us,
right.
That can't afford the homes anymore. I had to give up my home. I live in a co-op now, but you know what? I'm happy.
Yeah.
But it
Less
wasn't
to take
easy
care of.
when it happened.
Yeah.
And I have seniors coming to me about that too.
Right.
And I try to help them get into these great places in the town of Hempstead, which goes by your income.
Right.
And it's not that you have to be poor, but you can't afford your home anymore. So you sell your house and then you go on this list and you have a nice little co-op.
Mm-hmm.
And my car is right outside my front door. And at my age, it's a plus.
Yeah. And do
but
you know
again,
a lot of your neighbors?
Not really, because I don't get too involved, because if I do, they think I work for the county. And you know what? I don't get paid for this, but I do gigs. Again, where someone says, I need help. I don't charge a lot of money, and I help them do what they need to do. It could be that. It could be that they have to clean out their house, and we get somebody to do that. Or it could just be throwing out all their junk,
Right.
But again, there were so many opportunities for people that want to work, but not with benefits. And also, these are the people that are over 50, again, that can't afford it, or they become widows.
Can I plug another community mainstreaming
Yes,
program?
absolutely.
So we started an eBay store. It's called Shop Academy. And basically, we teach some of our folks with disabilities e-commerce work. So some of the people are really good at listing items on eBay. People are donating things to us. When you said cleaning out a house, people donate from books to movies to antiques, and we sell it on eBay and make money for community mainstreaming. And we train our folks. Some of them are good at shipping and mailing, and we're hoping they'll then get a job at Amazon.
Well, we have people that call us, say we have stuff. Do you know anyone that needs it? So there you go.
We'll take
We'll
it.
take it.
We'll take it.
Now, will you pick them up at people's houses? Because a lot of these people are seniors.
Yes. Yes, if it's
Decent.
Yeah.
Right. It has
If
to be
it's worth
decent.
our time, then
Right.
we can do that.
Because we send a lot of people to Savers. Do you know about Savers?
Uh-uh.
Okay, well, as a charity, you can have a day at Savers, and everybody in your organization shops that day, and you get money.
Ah,
So I can, there's so many connections that we have here at the show.
yeah.
It's just unbelievable. So we'll talk
Because
again.
of you,
Well-
Valentina, you are a connector.
Well, thank you.
I mean, that's an
She's
amazing
a shaker and
talent.
a mover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people say I'm a walking billboard, but I'm really not. But you know what? All I wanted to say, this was a great show. What you're doing is fabulous. Congratulations again. I hope you like your gift.
Thank you.
Great to meet
Same
you.
here. Thank you.
And I hope we'll do some more in the future. Maybe you'll need me there to do some talks sometime. You never know.
Absolutely.
But, life is always going to be a circus. So what I say is rally your friends, step right up, make it the greatest show on earth. And you know what? Things happen. Like I always say, things happen on this show. How? I don't know. You never knew about this place. Maybe you got a new idea. We talk, we listen, we help everybody. So you always get something to eat on the show.
Thank
So you get to
thank
go
you.
home with the cupcake. And all I want to say is, you know what? I love what you do. Obviously, it's in me.
Thank you.
And I just, it's brought me to film now. I'll send you the movie poster.
Where do you see Max? Like,
It's going to be hopefully on Netflix, but they're going to enter it in the De Niro. I don't
Festival.
I don't know if we'll win, but you know what? You can go to YouTube and put in Max and the Fontanas, and you'll see me.
Oh,
And I
gotcha.
never knew I could do this. And on that note, that's a wrap.
Thank you. That was
Thank you
great.
very much. This was a great show, great information. Thanks for coming. As always, we love our song, you know that. And it was good. Yeah, happy birthday, Eddie Money.
Yeah.
And keep us posted on your progress.